In Investing 101, tips on how to save for retirement so you can keep or maybe even improve your standard of living. We are turning to Glenn A. Dial. He's a senior retirement strategist at American Century Investments. Thanks for coming on our show and tell us about your retirement study.
Well, one of the interesting findings is that Americans are actually fairly optimistic about their retirement. And you might find that somewhat a surprise, being we're coming off of record inflation and the stock market dip from last year. But there's optimism.
Why do you think optimism has improved?
Well, here's what I think. I look at a law that Congress passed back in 2006 that allowed employers to automatically enroll their employees into a 401k plan, to automatically increase how much they're saving, and to automatically invest them into target date funds. So all this hard stuff is done for the employees automatically, for the employers that adopted these provisions, which are most of them these days, by the way. So what's happening is your employees are looking at their statements and saying, okay, my account balances are going up, I'm continuing to save, and I did something really, really good last year. Even when the markets went down, I continued to buy each and every pay period and buying at a lower cost. So they got dollar cost averaging. So when they're looking at their statements, all in all, it's not bad.
Well, history tells us people who put money in the market during downswings tend to be very happy in the next few years going forward. If people do not have a 401k, what else can they do?
Absolutely. And that's the beauty of 401k plans. It forces us to do what, frankly, many institutional investors forget to do, which is dollar cost averaging. Stay disciplined, keep buying in a little bit each and every week or each and every pay period.
Companies just don't offer pensions the way they used to. So more people are concerned about when it comes to their retirement savings, will they have enough? Tell us some suggestions.
Well, yeah, you bring up a great point because of how 401k plans have replaced pensions. And because of that, there's a couple of risks in 401k plans that we didn't worry about when we had pension plans. The one risk that most Americans worry about is market risk. What if the stock market collapses right before I retire or right after I retire? That could have devastating impacts or effects on my income, right? And also, for everybody out there that's eating right and exercising, they could potentially outlive their savings. They could live too long. So those are the two biggest risks that most of Americans face. But there's good news on the horizon there too. Some Congress just passed a law a couple of years ago that many companies are starting to implement, which makes the 401k plan look more like a pension plan. So we don't have to worry about these stock market gyrations right before we retire. We don't have to worry about living too long. But these features are probably coming later this year and next year, and each employer will have to adopt them and adopt the products that go with them. But there's good news on the horizon.
Tell us about your company.
Sure. So American Century, we're an investment manager. So we manage mutual funds, in separate accounts. So so whether you go through your advisor or consultant or in 401k plans, you'll see our investments inside of 401k plans. And you can reach us at www.americancentury.com/retirement. So it's americancentury.com/retirement.
Great talking with you today. Thank you, Glenn.
Well, thanks for having me, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.